Pokemon Horizons episode 86 just blew everyone's minds with one of the most insane battle moments the Pokemon anime has ever seen. And that, on top of the Pokemon world possibly ending at the end of this episode, has me locked in more than ever. So let's review the new episode right here, right now. The episode kicks off with Gibeon in his wheelchair and his 10% Zygarde moving towards the Rakurium in the Lakwa Paradise, and seeing him outside his headquarters for the first ever time is surreal, and the fact that he's already arriving at the centre of Lakwa is bad news for our heroes. Meanwhile, Liko, Roy and Doc confront Sidian, Coral and Chalce, and the explorers reveal they've been watching over Lakwa all this time. Like we theorised last week, their headquarters are right beside Lakwa. They just needed Terapagos to break the barrier to the Rakurium. So yeah, also like I said last week, our heroes opening the barrier without a backup plan was a huge mistake. Now the explorers have exactly what they wanted and the whole world is in danger. This also explains why the explorers were trying to capture the Black Rayquaza and the 6 heroes throughout Horizons too. They needed the 6 heroes to return Terapagos to its full power, making it strong enough to shatter the barrier. Spinel basically confirms all of this while facing Friede too. And honestly man, the explorers played everything so masterfully, letting the Rising Volt Tacklers do all the work, reuniting the 6 heroes and Terapagos, before suddenly swooping in at the end to take the prize. Our heroes were in the palm of Gibeon's hand all along. That's brutal, dude. Liko passionately declares that their journey was for Terapagos, not for the explorers. And that was quite a nice, natural, passionate, motivational moment, you know? Then the battles begin, with Spinel's Behem and Umbreon facing off against Friede's Charizard and Captain Pikachu. And yeah, the rest of the episode was all out warfare from here on out. Captain Pikachu starts with Thunder Punch, but Umbreon dodges it and counters with Foul Play. Charizard's Air Slash gets redirected into Captain Pikachu by Behem's Psychic. And then as Friede's Pokemon charge in, Umbreon blocks with Reflect while Behem uses Thunderbolt against Charizard. But Friede quickly shows his brain power by making Pikachu jump in the way and absorb the electrical attack with his Lightning Rod ability. And I love that this confirms Cap's ability finally. Having Lightning Rod really sets him apart from Ash's Pikachu having the static ability. That's cool, dude. But then Spinel immediately counters in the most insanely impressive way ever. He has Umbreon distract them with Snarl, then he commands Behem to use Skill Swap, a move that we've never seen a single time in the anime, despite it existing for 22 years. Skill Swap switches Behem's and Pikachu's abilities, meaning Behem now has a Lightning Rod. So basically Pikachu can't really use any electric type moves anymore without Behem absorbing them and powering up from it, as he quickly finds out when he attempts it. And that's actually genius, man. Spinel literally taught Behem Thunderbolt just to figure out whether Pikachu's ability is Lightning Rod or not, and all of this was so he could set up the Skill Swap move. And now Pikachu is basically useless in terms of offense in this battle for as long as Behem still stands. But Friede clocks onto the fact that Behem will keep teleporting to Umbreon to absorb any of Pikachu's electrical moves, so that it can absorb it with Lightning Rod and protect Umbreon. And based on this, Friede decides to fight strategy with strategy, because he quickly unleashes one of the greatest strategies that I've ever seen in the Pokemon anime. Like, genuinely prepare yourself, this was one of the coolest moments of all time. It blew my mind, man. Cap rides on Charizard in the air and they get hit by Umbreon's Snarl, and then Captain Pikachu uses Double Team to distract him. This allows Cap to unexpectedly land right on Umbreon's head, not letting go of it, and at that exact time Friede terastallizes his Charizard, and then commands Captain Pikachu to hit Umbreon hard with Thunder Punch. In a panic, with so much going on, Spinel orders Behem to teleport to Umbreon, so Behem can absorb Pikachu's Thunder Punch with Lightning Rod and protect Umbreon. But Spinel played right into Friede's hands. This is exactly what Friede wanted, because just as Behem appears beside Captain Pikachu and Umbreon, Friede suddenly commands Charizard to unleash a fully powered Terra Blast at them all. And then, just when this insane attack is about to hit them, Captain Pikachu suddenly vanishes into thin air, teleporting away, leaving Behem and Umbreon crowded together to unexpectedly take the full power of Charizard's strongest move right in the face. Charizard's attack hits them so unbelievably hard that it immediately knocks out Behem, and deals insane damage to Umbreon too. Friede then reveals that when Behem used Skill Swap earlier, switching its ability with Captain Pikachu's, he suspected that Captain Pikachu could have maybe gained the telepathy ability from Behem, and that allows a Pokemon to teleport out of the way of an ally attack. So Friede turned Spinel Spinel's own strategy against him, luring Behem in with the Lightning Rod ability that Behem stole from Pikachu, and then in turn using Behem's ability from the skill swap to make Pikachu teleport out of harm's way, leaving Spinel's Pokemon to take the full hit instead. I genuinely can't even begin to describe how unbelievably impressive this was. It was by far one of the best strategies we've ever seen in 27 years of the Pokemon anime. It was so creative, complex, satisfying. Friede really played off of everything in this battle so far to make this strategy work. From the skill swap, to Behem's new Lightning Rod ability, to Pikachu's new telepathy ability, to the way that Spinel previously reacted to Captain Pikachu's electric type moves, to using Terastallization to make sure the hit would be bigger than ever. I can't describe how crazy this was. Like I said, it absolutely stunned me. It was just incredible. And Spinel being outsmarted makes him lose his composure, being blinded by rage, and that allows Captain Pikachu the perfect opening to knock out Umbreon too. Friede may have won the battle, but Captain Pikachu and Charizard are exhausted now, and Spinel vanishes into thin air. Meanwhile, Liko, Roy, and Dot battle Sidian, Coral, and Chalce, and Sidian commands Garganical, Coral uses Scream Tail, and Chalce fights with Medicham, and the way this battle kicks off is so awesome. Scream Tail opens with Boom Burst, a move that damages all Pokemon on the field, including allies. But Sidian, knowing that Coral always loves to hurt everyone, like with Glalie Explosion, he's come prepared for that and he commands his Garganical to use Wide Guard, protecting himself and Medicham from Scream Tail's attack. I love how the Explorers' teamwork is so well coordinated. They really do complement each other strategically, and that's a breath of fresh air for a group of villains. Crocodile tries to block the Boom Burst, but fails, so our heroes take full damage. Meanwhile, Liko's Floragato keeps firing Magical Leaf, but Garganical shuts it down every time with Stone Edge. Chalce's Medicham uses Calm Mind, its first ever anime appearance after 22 years, and that powers Medicham up before dodging Quaxwell's attacks. Medicham then strikes Quaxwell with Stored Power, which is really smart because that move does higher damage when the user's stats are raised, which Medicham's are through Calm Mind. Scream Tail relentlessly pummels Crocodile with Play Rough and effortlessly counters and tanks any attacks. Then it fires another Boom Burst, and as expected, Sidian calls for Garganical's Wide Guard to shield their side, but while it's distracted, Floragato tries to strike, only for Garganical to snatch Floragato's yo-yo mid-air like an absolute boss and slam Floragato into the ground. And now our heroes are stressing because the Explorers are repeatedly outsmarting and outpowering them at every turn. But as always, Dot comes up with a plan. She keeps firing Aqua Cutter at Medicham, soaking the ground around it, and although Quaxwell takes insane damage from a boosted Zen Headbutt nearly knocking it out, on the bright side, the trap has been set, because the next time Medicham moves to counter Quaxwell, it slips over in the water, giving Quaxwell the perfect opportunity to strike hard. Meanwhile, Floragato zips around with acrobatics, landing multiple hits on Garganical, but Garganical just heals itself with Recover so casually. Then Sidian terastallizes Garganical, unleashing a massive Stone Edge with overwhelming power. Shortly after, Floragato lures Garganical in with Sucker Punch before suddenly wrapping her yo-yo around its leg and yanking it off balance. While Garganical's vulnerable, Floragato slams it with a full force Magical Leaf, knocking it out. I guess that's how you take down a giant rock. So yeah, Liko beats Sidian. Crocodile and Scream Tail continue clashing before Crocodile turns a Stumble into a powerful flamethrower attack from the sky above. Then Coral terastallizes Scream Tail, and man, it's cool to see a Paradox Pokemon being terastallized. They continue trading heavy blows, but eventually Crocodile finally overpowers and defeats Scream Tail. But Coral wastes absolutely no time, immediately sending out her Glalie next. And yeah, I can see where this is going. Massive explosion incoming in 3, 2... Oh, wait, they're interrupted by a different distant explosion at the center of Laqua, where all the Rakurium resides. Something tells me Gibeon has reached his destination. The Rakurium mist then spreads into the sky like it did 100 years ago, ready to destroy the entire world. It's exactly as I said, man, our hero's short-sighted decision to open the barrier last week is about to backfire real hard, and I'm sure that's gonna hit them like a ton of bricks. And that's where the episode ended. Overall, I enjoyed this episode, dude. It had some of the best strategies I've ever seen in the anime, especially the ones between Spinel and Friede, and it was awesome to see moves that have never appeared in the anime before too. But I've got to be totally honest, this episode felt like it was meant to showcase how skilled and strong our heroes have become after all their journeys, but to me it kind of had the opposite effect. This episode really made me realize just how skilled and strong the Explorers are. They were absolutely running laps around our heroes over and over and over, together. Their synergy, strategies, and dominance in the battle was incredible. They outmaneuvered the rising Voltacklers repeatedly. To me, it makes complete sense that Friede took down Spinel. Friede's strategy at the end was utterly phenomenal. He deserved the win, you know? But Liko and Roy defeating Sidian and Coral didn't feel quite as earned to me personally. In my opinion, it felt like Sidian and Coral should have won those battles. They had better strategies, they had more power, they had terrestrialization on their side. I think they were done kinda dirty, man. Liko and Roy were definitely bailed out by the plot here for sure. But it is pretty smart of our heroes to save their terrestrialization, seemingly because they expect they might need it against Gibeon later. Outside of the battles though, I loved seeing Liko's passion for Larkwort and their journey into Rapagos, and I'm so excited for the next episode to see how our heroes get past the remaining explorers, and how they face Gibeon in the centre of Larkwort. Let me know your thoughts on the episode in the comments below, and also be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Don't forget to check out my new channel memberships by pressing the join button on my channel or clicking the link in the description, and come join our Discord server too. I want to quickly give a massive shout out to my current channel members. I really appreciate and value you guys so much, man. You really are helping me be able to make more and more content, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Now then, thank you all so much for watching, and best wishes until we meet again!